So let's go over some Darce Choke techniques. So I included in the playlist some more advanced Darce chokes that Rylan showed. But let's just talk about some basics. With the choke, it is a circular choke. Traditionally, you guys will see Darce chokes done with the hand being here on the bicep and then going over the back. So the more traditional method that you guys will tend to see is the arm will come through here, okay? And I'm coming in here, and this is going on the back, okay? And I'm getting this choke. And when I say the choke is a circular choke, I'm actually turning in this way, and it's going around the neck and tightening up on the shoulder to the carotid, and then this side is going into the other carotid. So that's kind of the key and the trick to getting the Darce choke. Now the big issue that most people have is this arm, okay? So I'll go over a few techniques on clearing this arm, and I want to show you guys a cool little trick about how to get this choke utilizing the gi. So this is probably the best method, I would say, to get a really tight Darce choke, but unfortunately it's not something that you can get as easily in the gi situation. So there's some advantages to using just these 3 fingers here into the sleeve and actually setting up chokes and finishing that way. Alright, so let's talk about Darce from half guard. It's probably one of the most common positions for me to get this choke in and to actually create a finish. So usually what happens when you're in a half guard situation like this is if the person likes to play deep half guard, they're going to have one hand here getting a deep underhook underneath you, and you see this choke is there. The issue is if you start going for this choke, the person's going to bend their back and go straight back, and you're going to be chasing this head and trying to stuff the head in. And that's always a problem, right? So to get this choke, you should actually approach it in reverse. Instead of going with the choke right away, what I tend to do is put this hand just right behind the head. So I'm allowing my opponent to keep the position they wanted, which was deep half guard, and then I'm preventing them from back bending and defending by putting this behind their head. Now here's where the trick comes in, right? So this hand goes in. Now they know that I'm going for the choke, but they can't do anything about it. So they're kind of stuck. Still not a threat yet. I take my 3 fingers, these 3 here, and I like to grab the inside of my own gi sleeve. And now from this position here, I can actually cinch this down and then go over the top, okay? Now what I like to do when I go for this particular finish when I'm stuck in the half guard is I like to turn to my hip here, okay? Come out and over the top, okay? I'll hook this leg, come up, and slowly put the choke on, alright? So let's go over that again. We're here. My opponent is playing a deep half guard position. Before they get alerted to what I'm doing, I'm going to prevent them from doing anything once they see the danger, right? By blocking their head and letting them keep this deep half guard position. Next, I'll go inside here and I'll just grab my own sleeve. What this allows me to do is turn my body down to make my arm longer and shoot my hand through and get over on here, okay? This hand here still is on my hip. It's not the best spot to finish the position. So if I'm still stuck in half guard, don't waste your energy trying to, use strength and muscle a finish. What I'll do if I'm still stuck in the half is I'll turn to my hip, okay? I'll push and then pull this out, okay? Clear the arm, come on top. And then from this position here, now I can do that circular finish that you also see in Rylan's video and start to put the choke on, okay? Now to kind of go along the same lines with what I just showed with my partner, Nicole, most of you probably only have a dummy at home. So how do you drill this scenario? The good way to drill this and get the mechanics down using a dummy if you don't have a partner, you can pretend if your dummy has legs, you can put your leg here in the half guard position. Main thing is getting this up, okay? Having the dummy on their side, legs are not. This is the movement that you'll do to drill this scenario. Pretending this was actually deep half guard, Remember, hand behind the head, going deep. I grab my sleeve, okay? Once I grab my sleeve, I dip my body down to shoot and make my right arm longer, and then I come up here onto the back. Now what I do, because usually their arm is still deep underhook and it's not a good finish position for me, is I'll turn my hips down and I'll push with my bottom leg to pull out that leg, okay, my top leg. Now that I was able to push this out of half guard with my choke, I come on top and get my finish. So one more time, the drills, and this is what you've got to drill to get it down just to automatic here, okay? Block the head first. Don't even go for the choke. Let them keep the deep half guard. I come inside, I grab my own sleeve. I elongate my arm. And the only way I make my arm longer is dipping my body down towards their hips, okay? This allows me to shoot my hand farther, grab up. Now they still have that deep underhook. So my dummy's left arm, pretend it's on my right hip. So to finish, I need to clear it, right? So I need to get out of half guard now that I've got the choke. I'm going to turn to my side. I'm going to put my bottom shin on the bottom leg. That puts pressure so I can pull out my top leg. Okay? Once I clear, now I can go on top here and get the finish.